So the question is, are these raiders the people who were down here? Was this bunker built before or after the invasion of the Ark? This was definitely a last stand type of situation. Hello there and welcome back. Grab a snack and join me on the couch while we explore Civilization's last stand at the Blue Gate, more specifically the Head House, which I think is a bunker. Yeah, so we are going to explore, was this bunker built before or after the invasion of the Ark? How far along did the construction go, and did anyone actually manage to survive down here? Let's check it out. So right here we can see these robots or androids that also were used on Spaceport as labor. On Spaceport I think they were used because people couldn't be trusted to build the rockets to take some people off the planet before Ark hit. But here, I don't know, maybe they were also a helping hand. Let's go deeper. Yeah, so this already feels like a bunker with all this ventilation. At first I thought it's just a tunnel or like some you know, like some transport system, but as I explored more, I had different thoughts. Okay, so as we can see, this place does have a big opening for ventilation. So in Speranza, people survive down below the ground. Also, this is also below the ground, but has like this big opening. So if like a machine wanted to come in here, they could. But for some reason, Ark don't want to go below the ground. They don't go to Speranza, obviously. They don't go. Okay, they do go in here, but back then, at least, people thought they were safe. But as we're going to see, I don't think they were. So maybe this opening is too big, and in Speranza they actually have better protection. So here we can start to see these barricades, and also these Manticore company like armored trucks vehicles. What I find interesting, like Manticore, it's like the German spelling, or probably some other language too, for Manticore in English, and it's like an ancient or like a mythical being, but like a bad being. If you Google it, it looks kind of bad and scary. So Manticore is actually like an omen for chaos and evil and death. So why is this company called that? I don't know. Why does this symbol look like a cult or a recycling symbol? I don't know. But this vehicle screams like armored personnel carrier to me. So I do believe they were here fighting and protecting people from the Ark, or protecting something. I don't know. So we go closer. Here we can see another armored vehicle and these barricades. And maybe this is a big door. Maybe this is part of the bunker we actually can't access, and this is just like some loading area, staging area, because it does have this big opening. So this is probably the protection line against the Ark back then. Like maybe the soldiers were here vibing on the couch with their food truck. I don't know. Yeah, but this looks like a big bunker door. So maybe someone's still behind there, or they were all killed. We can also see this drawing, which I found, like this type of drawing I found on like multiple maps. I remember in the Buried City, but I believe this was probably done after. Maybe people who weren't so lucky to get inside the store, they drew this on the wall. The people that had to stay here, maybe the soldiers or just not so lucky people who made camp here, obviously with some supplies. You can see some trash. They were sleeping here outside the bunker door, maybe hoping to be let inside. This was definitely a last stand type of situation. I do love how nature has taken over, even down here. Yeah, so here we can see these access tunnels flooding towards the main door, but obviously blocked by the army or whatever. You can see straight luggage, people trying desperately to get in, car crashes, just vehicles piled up. Yeah, here we can see this big supply caches, like almost looking like a store. Maybe this was supposed to be a part of the big bunker, but when Ark came closer, they decided to close down. As we can see here, these big air shafts probably wouldn't be needed for the big place we just went to because of the big ventilation opening at the top, but for whatever's behind the big bunker door, it probably needs a lot of ventilation. So it makes me think there's something we can't see, somewhere we can't go. Are people still living behind there? Or is Speranza the only place that's still safe? Remaining safe from the Ark, that is. Yeah, such big ventilation. Like, these, like, where do they lead? Like, yeah. So as we can see, these emergency lights are still working. I don't know why, but it makes me think that the bunker probably still has power. And that if they had, like, an abundance of food or some way of making fresh food, or, like, a ton of supplies, that they could still be alive. Like, we have these markings everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this place was, like, made up into big segments because this place is huge. So it was probably one of the initiatives to shield people from Ark. Like they did at Spaceport, trying to make an Ark, a different type of Ark, like Noah's Ark, to put people up into space with a lot of humanity's most valuable items. But also here, a different approach. Let's go down into the ground. Let's see if we can survive here and get people to endure the Ark that way. But obviously, Ark is still here. They never stopped coming. They came in newer models. Yeah, even after the defeat of the Ark at Dam Battlegrounds at a huge cost, they still came back with a vengeance. Yeah, this place is just huge. People probably trying to just get down here to have some sort of protection, even if they couldn't get deep into the bunker, because being underground was still better than being up top with all the different Arks. As we can see here, a fireball is a threat in its own, or a pod. So what I'm interested in, was this place built before the invasion of the Ark? How long did people know? Did maybe first just some probes arrive, and then people knew something's coming? Or was this built before for some other purpose, and then they decided to just improvise and make it a permanent shelter? Or was this made for the upcoming Ark invasion? They knew it was coming, but like 5-10 years in the future. Or was this like a last stand type of situation where the countries around Italy were keeping off the Ark and they had time here to build this? So the question is, are these raiders the people who were down here? This looks to be 50, 100 years old. Did the people emerge because they thought the Ark was gone after the first wave? A lot of Ark were gone, so they emerged from this bunker, but then were shocked to find that a second wave was coming and then decided to go somewhere else, because maybe the food supplies here were empty, so they didn't have a choice but to leave their security and to fight the Ark for the supplies left on the surface. Yeah, but we can see here, like, this is just the 6th entrance of who knows how many. So this place is probably huge. So many people coming in here. You can see traffic is just stuck. Again, okay, it's confirmed. This is a door. This is a door. As we saw inside, this is a door that could open. So on the inside, there is a place behind the door. We can also see here they're only partially open. So this was a barricade here with these concrete protections. So people couldn't leave or go back inside because it was dangerous. They were fighting off the Ark. We can see cars trying to get out. Maybe people who didn't get inside, they had to try to flee, but obviously they couldn't leave anymore because it was too dangerous. But they didn't have a choice. Like, no one let them inside. It was full. They weren't on the list. They weren't elite enough. We don't know. So they tried to get out, but we can see here they didn't get very far. Ark mowed them down. But as we can see, this was one of civilization's last stand against the Ark. After that, they hunkered down in the bunker, endured for who knows how long, while the army or whatever people were still fighting, tried to fend off the Ark. And then after the first wave was done, they thought they outlived it, came back outside, but then, obviously, as we know, the second wave came, and they didn't stand a chance. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for this exploration of Arc Raiders lore. Let me know what you think about all of this, and I will see you on the next one.